Good morning. It's Monday, March the 9th. It's my dad's birthday, so happy birthday to that man. If he ends up hearing any of this, um, yeah, I figured I'd get up here and do a little bit of breakdown this morning since it's quite interesting. Woke up and rolled out of bed and seen TD Bank, one of my main holdings, was down. Yeah, it was down to like $56. Not what I was expecting. I knew that we were dancing on the pinnacle point that I personally kind of set. I wanted to set a couple stop losses, but never really did execute the order. And yeah, this was my last one right here. I wanted to make sure that it was going to close consistently under $65 before I considered getting rid of Toronto Dominion because in the past here, we've seen that we can have dips and just have it recumulate back up. So right here is the long-term monthly trend line, and you can see we're still in the bigger monthly picture here. If we're really going to respect that, I mean, it could be even a little bit lower. So if it's as bad as it has been, it could go lower here as well. We can see that in the short-term trend line, it's clearly broken out of that trend. It's going to go into the weekly sense, get a bigger picture. Not bigger, but yeah, you can see how in a weekly sense we've respected this trend line all the way from 2009, and this is the first time we've seen any type of break in this trend. So quite significant. It's got me perked up. I'm on my heels now. I mean, yeah, you got to react to what happens, and I just didn't expect it to pre-market be 10% down come Monday morning here. I mean, I heard over the weekend some things that I didn't like. I mean, I heard that the international women's hockey game or competition has been suspended due to COVID-19. I mean, even the fact that they got this nice little COVID-19 name seems that they're only propping up their fear tactics and get everyone scared as can be. So it's starting to, yeah, I mean, I'm not really scared per se for any health concerns, but I'm just more scared to how other people are so influenced by the media and what that can do to the market. I mean, the fears are real, and yeah, it's just a matter of protecting your wealth. So unfortunately, I woke up and we can see it's already about 61, 67. Hopefully that worked out okay. I'm just gonna close that a little bit and just make sure. All right, yeah. So yeah, the plans, the plans that I had set in place, I didn't quite set the orders in because, well, I have no excuses. Up here, we were playing this right here, this triangle. Now you can see that as soon as it broke out of this wedge, this triangle, this symmetric triangle right here, there should have been no reason to hold anywhere past 72. But in the same sense, it was you woke up one day, it was the same thing. It was a pre-market thing. So while we're all still trying to figure out what's going on, here's that gap right there. So the market when it opened, it was, when you go to sleep, it's that, and when you wake up, it was something like that. So it already fell right through my sell zone. So that's where sometimes you need to just set these and have them in the book for all the time, because otherwise you're gonna just miss out, and they'll do this stuff before the market or post the market, and unless you're paying for pre-market data, which I guess you should if you be investing any types of money. It's just a little bit of an edge to get an idea what the market's doing, and instead of sitting here and being like, oh crap, it's fallen right off the cliff, and now I'm just reacting. It's already fell. I'm not in the same position to act accordingly. So yeah, right now it's kind of upsetting because for me this was 30% of my whole portfolio, and to see it go down, just like everything else, is not how you want to wake up Monday morning. To be honest, I mean, you can see it's performing the worst that it has since a long, long time, especially on a daily frame. Even in 2009, we haven't had sell pressure quite, or momentum to the downside quite as bad. But what goes parabolically up or down will respond equally. So that's where I'm just hoping to catch a balance. And even this morning, right now, it was $56 when I woke up. It's 62. So right now, I'm more or less at a contemplation zone. If I'm gonna just sell out right here, I mean, I'm gonna look at some stops, supports, resistance, and come up with a game plan here so that you guys can hear someone else ramble about what they're gonna do. And yeah, just hold on 1 second. I'm just gonna grab a coffee. All right, sorry about that. So, getting back to the state of mind and just making sure that we're not reacting out of fear, but in some sense, yeah, it's unfortunate when things do turn to the downside, and you got to look at potentially taking 10-15% losses. Um, Nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to have to do that. So it's not good in the best of situations, but hey, that's why we're gonna spend the time here and just I'm gonna take some of the stuff off and just we're not playing that smaller time frame. But I think it does show you how if we would have been a little bit more proactive, could have saved a lot of our wealth there. And I'm right here to blame as well. Not to blame me for whatever you guys might have done, but I'm blaming myself a little bit just because, yeah, it seemed I just didn't expect such a violent fall, but it shows you why it's important to just have your orders already set and not thinking you can wake up and just say, oh, okay, it's going to be doing this or doing that. I mean, it's already decided. It's already done. The store is closed. You can't make your decisions anymore. You're reacting now. So in here we can see we're on a daily time frame. We can say that the momentum is down. It's down. It's down. 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 On a daily sense here. So it's been down as far as it has been in it's a long time, a couple of years, and the price action obviously is a good indicator of such a thing. Now it's a matter of how much further down is it going to go. Are we just catching the catch here? Or I mean, is it started to reverse? Like we've seen, it's already corrected $5-6. So if we look at it even a shorter time frame, which I haven't done typically, but we're gonna go to a 4 hour. So the 4 hour time frame shows, yeah, quite the bit. Look at that sell off. Look at this. It's dropped down to like crazy ranges. So we can't really see what it's doing at the moment. So I'm gonna increase it even more. Let's say we go another ×2 into a 2 hour time frame. So we can see here that it's tried to rebound here just to get back turned to the downside. So you might have been thinking, like I was, that this was gonna just kind of have its downfall, then be caught up like most of the time. But I'm not quite sure here. This might be, I don't want to be fearful, but we'll see how much they try to pump this fear and all I can say is that I got 70% of my assets in gold and silver, so it's a kind of it's a protection move in itself to be diversified like that. But even so, like I don't like seeing any of my holdings acting like this because well, you just don't have a clue what it's doing. Like what's today? What's today going to end up? 55 or is it going to end up at 60? This candle is not giving you any idea because it's still just within 30 minutes. Okay, here we go. We finally get an idea what the heck it's doing. So I can't sit here all day and watch this, but I do see how when we closed right above 65.45. I mean, that's pretty much where I drew the line in the sand, and I was saying, hey, if we close today, if we close Monday below 65, I'm pretty bearish, to be honest. I mean, I don't like saying it, but it's just what it is, because if we just zoom out here a little bit and just say, okay, where are our supports? Where are they? I mean, I guess we could do something like this. We'll do very just makeshift right in the moment here. But yeah, the 65 range was kind of the line in the sand for me. And I didn't like how we opened right here. I mean, it's not very uplifting at all. I mean, we still got some day to go, but yeah, like I'm not going to be holding it into, let's say, that range. I could really say, I mean, I don't like the idea if it tries to stay below 65. I think in the moment it's being supported right here between this range. And I don't think we got a lot of support here, to be honest. Just this one touch. It's not a lot of support here, but it had to find something. It had to find some support. Yeah, so this zone's gonna be. Yeah, I don't want to see it really fall below the zone. You can see on a weekly sense here, we're gonna be hitting this low zone here. 2.4. I mean, it's been lower. It's been lower. Let's say 2009. It's been about 3.9. So we could still have movement to the downside. You could say this would be an indicator as well. To say, hey, if this comes below here, I mean, man, we might just continue off down here. I mean, this is the thing. I mean, it's only going to go far so down before it comes back up, and sometimes you don't want to get shaken out when these time frames. So I was suspecting something because we all have the same charts. We all can react in fear to the same things, but yeah, I'm just kicking myself that I didn't get out of TD about $72 and really minimize the losses. Should have known. I mean, I did the darn video about it, seen it coming, and then again at the 65 range, seen it collapse right through. And now with this opening candle down here, it's scary, man. It's scary candle, especially if you got lots of money in here. I mean, but it's always just like you can see the bigger trend. I mean, it just no one wants to have to go for this ride down. And shit, we've already had our first break out of the trend, and it's a vicious break. So today's gonna be a monumentous day to decide: are we gonna get caught here, or are people gonna really get scared? Because there's everyone that's like really susceptible to what the media says, and they go around saying whatever the new flavor of the week is, they'll go and tell as many people as they can. And then there's their more medium level headed people. Then there's our rocks that don't get shook on most things. And I guess I would say I'm kind of in the middle. People always bring up this stuff to me, like in my day-to-day interactions. Oh, COVID-19, the coronavirus, and for me, it just seems like a lot of smoke and mirrors. It sucks. I mean, the infection rate is high, but it's not as dangerous as some other things. I mean, it's I'm not dismissing the cost of dealing with such a thing could be, but to shut down like sporting events and like to have pandemonium in the street with people buying all these like doomsday like supplies, that's just ridiculous in my mind. But what's not ridiculous is just the ability of the of the media to propagate fear, and they're the best at it. I mean, they're the absolute best. So I don't have any doubt in them. I don't have any doubt in my mind about the ability of the media to propagate fear, and that's what yeah, I'm more upset and worried about that. So I heard some stuff over the weekend, just, yeah, like I said, coronavirus this, coronavirus that. I was watching UFC and then more coronavirus, and it, I'm starting to see all the memes and all the comedy aspect of it, and everyone's seen people do like basically switch their YouTube channels to cover more coronavirus because, I mean, hell, if you're sales, I should just tag this video coronavirus. And that's how you do marketing too, because fear sells, man. And right now, people are scared of that. And if you just add a tag onto it, all of a sudden you start getting more views. So yeah, today's going to be a big day. This weekly sense doesn't give us much idea what to do in the day or the quicker time frame. So I'm going to zoom it back into this. And yeah, it's tough to really prepare for these super steep declines. What I can say is that, yeah, I mean, I imagine that if you had a bunch of money this morning and you seen TD at $56, I bet you bought that down here. So, I mean, even if you bought and sold right now, you'd be making 10% or 7-8%. So there's a lot of money to be made when things happen like this, especially for the people that understand the ordering book a little bit better and have that certainty. There's no real clear pattern to me quite yet. Um, it's not like a clear ABC. It's just a straight fall down. And this is a day where, yeah, I wish I was watching this a little bit more. Like I said in the beginning, I'm really going to be I don't want to see it go lower than this brief little bastion of support. And yeah, let's just see what kind of loss we're already taking to see like what's the risk to reward of, let's say, exiting out of the position that you're in right now. Well, you can't see a darn thing when I did that, so let's redo it, please and thank you. Awesome. All right, so right from the bottom right to the top. Shouldn't we have 34%? No way. I guess so. So from 76 to 56, we got a 33% loss. pretty wild, ain't it? Pretty wild considering it was over the course of 2 weeks. 30% in 2 weeks in TD. Tell you got my attention, man. You got my attention. Because, yeah, that's not typically, that's probably the sharpest move up or down TD has seen. And, only God knows. I mean, well, not God, but you understand, understand what I meant. I mean, I think that's the biggest move to the downside I've seen in TD ever. I mean, or to the upside. So that's very volatile. I mean, it's hard to move that much money because that's what it's going to take to move a stock like this. So some people are really selling their bags. So whether those are people that know what they're doing or whether they're just people out of fear, who knows, right? But whoever bought down here is already making profit. And historically speaking, yeah, you could think that, let's zoom it out a little bit more. If you can buy in these dips, you're going to be rich. You're going to be a rich person. So it's going to draw some other parallel channels to get an idea how that can work. It's riding up and then it breaks down and then, oh my goodness, we have a downturn. So same thing here. We got a channel and oh my goodness, we should have already sold. Am I telling myself what to do right now? I mean, I don't know. Like, it just sucks to be in this sense. I don't want to really sell for a huge loss. I'm definitely considering it today. I mean, we'll see how it reacts. We'll see if we can get some catching here. We have it a little bit, but yeah. I'm not even sure what all these other assets have done, but I don't think gold and silver have been affected that much this morning. It's just, let me just quickly look at, let's say, the Dow, and I guess that had a nice big red candle too. I don't think it has a significant. Man, that is just ugly. So sorry. Yeah, 4.5% pre-market loss is, nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see like, oh great, the weekend went by, my stuff's worth 5% less before I even get a chance to sell it. That's the kind of stuff that, yeah, nobody likes seeing that. Let's see what the analysts are saying. They're saying sell. I wouldn't really listen to these people, but I guess it's always other stuff you can look at. So yeah, let's get back to TD because that's what we're looking at. Just trying to get a general perspective what the whole market's doing. So I'm going to look at the 4-hour here. You can see it had a thought that it might reverse, and I think I had a momentum thing here to see if you could see that it looked like it was trying to round, but we had another big push and negative momentum, which said the hell with that. Take a look at this 2-hour. It looks like, yeah, we tried to have a resurgence back, and it said no. It said no, 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 no. We'll see how this plays out. I mean, my initial strategy was to say, hey, if it closes below 65, selling it. Did I ever expect it to open at 56? No, man, not at all. So I've been kind of caught off guard. I wish I would have had a stop loss already set for maybe $64, $63, and it would have sold already this morning before I woke up. It's only at 62 right now, but that's what I wish I would have done. You can always buy back in. I could have bought back in at 58. I knew it was going to have a little bit of a rise back. It always does. If it drops fast, it's going to have a good bounce back. But yeah, just like here, bounce back. And we could say this would be a nice little pinnacle if we just want to watch this on an hour time frame and kind of react a little bit more in the moment. I mean, not really what I do, but this is kind of an interesting situation. So I'm just going to put this right here, and I'm just going to kind of watch this a little bit more and see what it does. I don't want it to go below 61.45. I think I'm going to end the video here for right now. And yeah, sorry this one isn't that isn't as educative. It's more me just waking up and kind of reacting to what the market's doing and kind of saying, what the heck am I going to do? I'm not going to instantly sell. I'm just going to sit here and watch and see if we could get some support and kind of create a bottom, or if we're just going to continue falling off to the downside. If that's the case, then yeah, like I said, for me, I already wish I would have sold once at 63. I mean 72 up in here, and then I didn't want it to go below 65, and we're below both those points. So you can see how just saying something and not setting up the physical order will screw you. And yeah, I got screwed. So hopefully you can learn from my mistakes. And yeah, this should be a valuable lesson that no matter how good a stock is, you should protect your wealth. And here I am learning for myself once more. So hopefully you guys didn't get hurt too much, and not trying to create more fear in the market. There's plenty more places that are gonna do that. Sorry, I was kind of disorientated. Just woke up and seen everything and didn't even get to drink a coffee and started rambling without a whole lot of sense being made. So they'll be better in the future. And yeah, stay safe out there, and hopefully have a good Monday. Try not to let this get the best of you. Be in the present, dwell in the moment. But yeah, it's time to make a few plans and react accordingly. So my plan is to see how this reacts out of this little channel here, and if we continue on to the downside, I might just have to close my position, because I already should have closed it twice. I can always rebuy back in. It's a $10 sell fee, so if I want to say that, hey, I'm not comfortable, it looks like we're continuing down, let's say that I sell for 61.20, and the day it probably will end up closing at 63 today, I imagine. But we'll see. If I got to go to work, am I willing to let the market play all day? This is kind of a sign that it's going to continue to the downside, in my opinion, my personal opinion. If it can finish today above this 65, well, it's just basic trend line analysis. I mean, support and resistance. Most people are going to see this. This isn't like high level shit. I mean, we're just, we made a lower low. I mean, this is not the trend. This is not the trend we signed up for. So a lot of people will be seeing this, and I mean, are we having one of these? I don't know, but before we're going up, and now all of a sudden, what the hell is this? That's not a part of the trend. Anyway, all right, guys, have a good day. Next one will be better. Maybe I'll come back on later tonight and see what happened. But yeah, stay safe. Talk to you later.